Ladies and gentlemen, today we are at war. And we've been in this war for 53 years. On January 8th in 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson declared the war on poverty. And yet we still struggle with poverty today. Hello, my name is Nicholas Scaletta, and today I will be addressing the issue: to what extent does work ethic affect the poverty rate in the United States? Now, what exactly is work ethic? Richard Nixon defined work ethic best in his Labor Day address when he said, "The inner drive that for 2 centuries has made the American working man unique in the world, that has enabled him to make this land the citadel of individual freedom and opportunity." Nixon also mentioned that work ethic is synonymous with competitive spirit. Now, it's important to understand how poor people feel. Much like the myth of Sisyphus, where Sisyphus was condemned to pushing a boulder up a mountain, poor people feel that they are weighed down by society because they cannot afford to buy basic necessities such as food, water, shelter. And because of this, they're at the bottom of society. Now, Abraham Maslow, a famous author, wrote the theory of human motivation. He listed 5 things that a human needs to function in society, being physiological needs, safety needs, love and belonging needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. And what this is here is Maslow's pyramid. Like a pyramid, it must be built from the bottom to the top. So one must build their physiological needs before they can build their safety needs, and then so on and so forth. Now, the first 2 needs, physiological and safety needs, are basic needs. The next 2 needs, love and belonging and esteem, are psychological needs, and the last, self-actualization, is a self-fulfillment need. Now, physiological needs consist of the most basic necessities, such as water, oxygen, food, and shelter. Safety needs consist of protection from the elements, security, order, law, and stability. Love and belonging needs consist of having a group of friends and receiving and giving affection, trust, and affiliation. And esteem needs consist of respect and independence and achievement. Now let me give you an example. If you had a poor homeless man and you wanted him to work and produce a high quality of work, he would not be able to because he would be hungry and he'd be constantly distracted. However, if you give that man food, if you give him a house, if you give him water, he'll be fully able to reach his full potential, and he will thus produce a higher quality of work. Now, Michael Tanner believes there are currently so many welfare programs that people do not want to work. He thinks the government created what is called a perverse incentive. And Michael Tanner defined it best when he said many poor people are making what would seem to be a rational economic decision by not working. It's pretty simple. If welfare pays better than work, why choose to work? But in the long run, that tempting choice is a bad one, because it will keep those in the welfare system and it will keep them trapped in poverty. And this is largely true, and it can be supported by Haskins and Isabel Sawhill's study conducted in 2003, where they found that 3% of full-time workers are poor and 33.7% of non-working people are poor. They also concluded that the best way to alleviate poverty is through work. And Michael Tanner said that the government currently funds 126 anti-poverty programs. 72 of these 126 programs provide benefits to the individual, and they cost roughly $1 trillion per year to fund all of these programs. This is absurd because it is proven to be inefficient by the amount of homeless people we still have. Currently, a family of 4, depending on state welfare benefits, can receive anywhere from $17,000 to $50,000 annually. In 33 states, a man working a minimum wage job full-time would make less money than someone collecting welfare benefits. And in 8 different states, a mother raising 2 children could receive more in benefits than by working in a job that pays $25 per hour. Again, this is an example of perverse incentive that the government has created. Why would someone want to work if they can make more money doing nothing and receiving benefits from the government? Now, I'll move on to my 2 solutions to address these issues of poverty. The initial solution is that the United States ought to fund numerous public infrastructure projects. Public infrastructure is constantly needing to be built, maintained, and cleaned, as well as restored. This will create long-lasting jobs for blue-collar and white-collar workers. According to multiple simulations from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, spending money on public infrastructure will create an influx of new jobs, increase the gross domestic product, and increase productivity in the United States. In the first simulation, the United States spent $18 billion on public infrastructure annually. Within the first year of this investment, 2,000 and 1,600 jobs were created, and the effects of the investment were predicted to last at least 10 years. In the second simulation, the United States has spent $92 billion.
Keep going.
$92 billion on public infrastructure. In 1 year, this investment created a little over 1 million jobs in the simulation. GDP of the United States will be boosted by $174 billion. Similar to the first simulation, the second simulation anticipates the same benefits for 10 years. In the third simulation, the United States spent $250 billion on public infrastructure projects annually. 3 million jobs will be created with this investment in the first year. The simulation will also be projected to boost the GDP of the United States by $400 billion. Unlike the previous two simulations, the benefits will be sustained for 7 years. This simulation will boost the productivity of the United States by 0.37%. And even with the benefits of this solution, there are limitations and implications that need to be addressed. All the scenarios offer jobs that are most likely to be occupied by men. 74 to 80% of jobs in every scenario will likely be held by men. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the majority of the jobs will be disproportionately occupied by Latinos and older workers. Most of the jobs offered will be held by people without a 4-year degree. Therefore, public infrastructure jobs may not promote equality of opportunity for all to escape poverty. However, even with these implications, the results of the simulations are needed in order to combat the lack of work ethic in the United States. Thank you. Questions?
All right, 2 questions I have for you. First one up, how did you select the strategy you used to gather information?
I mainly just searched up what I wanted to learn about, which was work ethic, into EBSCO, and from there I found a multitude of sources, and I looked at references of other sources, and there I gathered all my information.
All right, and next question, last question. What advice would you give to someone else who wants to research on this topic?
Look for all the information you can find, all the statistics you can find, and see what you can do. Also, make sure your sources are credible and evaluate them fully before using them.
All right, cool. You're good.